everybody. Welcome to the Democratic National Convention version of Rapid Response. Let's dive in. Guess where I am? That's right. I'm in Chicago. You know who else is in Chicago? Bunch of Democratic trolls who are engaging in a version of modern day graffiti and shining a bright light on Trump Tower, Chicago. Why is that building still here, and why haven't they renamed it? But since they haven't, our Democratic trolls have placed in light Project 2025 HQ. They also put up a Harris Walls logo, which was fun. So expect more of that this week because, yes, we're here at this convention in Chicago to celebrate the career and presidency of President Joe Biden and to make it official that Kamala Harris is our nominee for the presidency and Governor Tim Walz is her running mate. But mostly, at least mostly, that I'm here so we can mock Donald mercilessly with the kind of contempt he so richly deserves. I mean, he's earned it, right? So let's do this thing.
I'm honored with someone who's showing us that. I'm honored with someone who's out doing politics with a smile on her face and with a sense that everybody matters. And we're here in this space to say it's not just a cliche. Our future is with you, and we have a responsibility to deliver it to you in good shape, to make sure that we're doing the right things to give you a good shot at the future.
That is the message. It is time for us to lift up Gen Z and to make it clear to them that the issues most important to them, things like the climate catastrophe, gun safety, are going to be centered not just in this campaign, but in the Harris-Walz administration. And I really hope that the message Gen Z takes away from this week is that they have power. They have real power to decide elections, to decide not just their future, but the future of the planet. That is something that they need to take in and own and relish. That aside, though, let's be real. This is Gen X's week. Seriously, last night, I heard a playlist that included everything from Katrina and the Waves to The Clash. I felt like I was in high school again. I mean, the good parts of high school. Anyway, so it is our time too. We are the lost generation. We are the generation that time and other generations totally forget exists. We're the original latchkey kids. We are the kids who totally disappeared from sunup to sundown. Nobody ever knew where we were. And, I think we've come to realize nobody cared either. So we are taking our power back. And this week, we have control of the playlist. And it's a really good one. So, hang in there. It's going to be great.
Could I be unconventional and just say a couple things instead of ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry.
It's a town hall.
So I guess the first two brief things are probably unpopular, but the third one is the important one. First, and it's important to know, I do disagree with a lot of the things on your platform and others, and I am a Republican. However, the third and most important one, and the reason I'm saying this, is because I sincerely do appreciate your time and efforts coming here and sharing with us your opinions and things that you think. And also that when inevitably the campaign gets nasty, no matter who you're running against, not all of us believe that is the right way to go.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it sincerely, and God bless your evening.
I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for having an open mind. Listen, part of the beauty of our democracy is that we debate, we discuss. We often will disagree, but we have the same motivation. I know you're here because you love our country, and I'm here for the same reason, and we may have other different ideas about how we go about expressing that love and strengthening our country, but I know we're on the same page. in terms of where we're coming from. And I know that about you because you're here right now. And you had the courage to stand up and say what you said. And that means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a time warp. How long has it been since there's been that kind of civil discourse in a presidential campaign? If that had been a town hall Donald was holding, well, let's start with, if Donald held a town hall, people adversarial to him wouldn't be allowed in. So theoretically, if Donald had held a town hall and welcomed everybody, and a Democrat stood up and said that to him, he would probably tell his security guards to beat the person up and remove them from the venue. So it's good to know that there are people who think that nastiness is not appropriate between candidates. Clearly, he knew of whom he spoke. The only person who's going to be nasty in this campaign is the person who already has been, and that is Donald Trump. Now, nobody's ever going to agree with anybody's policy platform 100%. I mean, that would be really strange. I don't think I agree with anybody 100% about anything, including sometimes myself. But I think that the lesson here is something that we've been saying for a long time and that we need to keep saying. This is an election that is not about policy as much as it's about who we are and who we want to be, right? We are not going back to being a country in which it is possible for one of two of our major political parties to have a fascist agenda because the person leading it is a fascist. It's untenable, it's unsustainable, and it just tears at the fabric of our democracy, and it changes us. It changed us. We're not going back to that. What it would be nice to go back to, and maybe this is the only thing, is that we can have conversations again. We can agree to disagree, and we can lay out our case without having to worry about being attacked in ways that degrade our ability to communicate. So good for him for saying his piece. Good for Kamala Harris for responding in the way she did. But, what that young Republican was getting at, although not articulating, because I have no idea who he's voting for, is that there's a reason so many prominent Republicans are endorsing Kamala Harris. People like the lieutenant governor of Georgia, people like Adam Kinzinger, people like Judge Ludick. I mean, that's huge. These are hardcore, lifelong Republicans who understand what is at stake, and that by endorsing Kamala Harris, they are endorsing our democracy. And that's what we need more of. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a very exciting week here in Chicago. I'm happy to have you with me and with all of us. Much of the team is here. And just a reminder, if you could please click the subscribe button, that would be amazing. We're trying to get to 150,000 subscribers by the end of the week. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. It doesn't cost anything. It just means you're going to get alerted every time new videos drop, which is a lot. That, and also if you could like the episode, if you liked it, and share it with anybody you think would enjoy it as well, that also helps. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.